This part.
No.
I only, to be honest, I was, other than my last interview with Charles, the only time when that piece got dedicated, we did the whole reception right here, and it was really lovely. And
Last time I was here, they threw me out. It was a couple of weeks
not
ago.
when you were with me.
No, you're the mayor. Listen, you're lucky.
Yes. Why?
I'm tired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Number one, presentation. Talk to some people, make a presentation at City Hall, Common Council.
Mm-hmm.
So why are people? Person makes a presentation. Some people are shy. I never made a presentation. My presentation is this, and hunt them down on the street. Why do people are allowed to go on their laptop or the smartphone when somebody is making a presentation? Yeah.
That is a good question, and we recently talked about that as a council, about what is our etiquette here. So our iPads, all of our information, like all the meeting materials are on the iPads. When I first started on council, we used to get a really big folder. SNA Deliveries would deliver it every Friday afternoon, and we got a huge folder with all of our materials in like paper copy. But sometime later in that term, we moved to the iPad system and everything went online. So all of our materials are online. So we're reading, so when people are presenting to us, people are often looking at like the proposal that they're speaking to, or if they're referencing something, we're looking at the map. And so that's that. The phone, we talked about whether or not we should have our phones or not have our phones. But sometimes we communicate with each other, like, or with staff. We'll ask a question of staff, and so we're using the devices to help in the meeting.
Well, someone there is not only you. The legislators the same thing. Someone down on their Facebook when somebody. I mean, it would be boring.
I have asked that not happen. Like
you're the principal. You should say, okay.
Yeah.
You have a sheet. Listen to what that person had to say.
Yeah. So we've had a talk.
I've heard it.
No, and to be honest, we have talked about it, and everybody's acknowledged that. Yeah, it's really important.
Acknowledge. I hate that word. So when
everyone agreed. Everyone said you're totally right. We need to have our devices because we use them as tools, but we have to make sure that we can't do that because honestly, people will be referencing a part of the plan, or they'll say, I live at this such and such house. The development is 100 meters from my house. So we have talked about it because I get distracted very easily, and I get distracted watching councillors on their devices. Yeah. So we talk about the balancing.
Okay,
so
affordable housing.
Yes.
How much is that? How much is that a month? Affordable housing.
What do you mean? How much is it a month?
Yeah, I mean everybody talks about affordable housing.
They say I know. I don't know. It's different for everybody. Everybody has a different threshold.
I asked the mayor. I asked the premier. He said 30%.
Well, that's the CMHC definition is 30% of your income. Yeah. So depending on your income.
How come people say $1,400? That's affordable?
Because that's like the median, market median. So you look at, so it's how are you measuring it, but we say affordable housing is when it's 30% of your income. The problem is it's hard to make decisions based on that because everyone's income is different, right? So we need lots of different types of affordable housing, different levels.
But it sounds good. Affordable housing.
I'm trying to get us. I use different words. So I use like deeply affordable. I use affordable. I use economical housing. I use modest housing. Like I think
you're trying to confuse people.
I'm trying not to. I'm trying to sort of say like, yeah, you might need affordable housing, but you actually can afford to live in a. You can afford to live in one of our neighborhoods here in the city in a house. We want,
for $1,400 a month. We don't want people on social assistance like me downtown because that would be 30% subsidy.
Yeah, but I don't think that's true. What we want is mixed. We want mixed neighborhoods.
What about people like me?
We want mixed neighborhoods.
Get out of the
No, I don't want that at all. And I think that's
obvious. You're lying,
No, Charles. If you could listen to me on the record on that, I don't want that. If we're not careful, we're going to get a lot of high-end housing. That affordable housing is going to be replaced, and we can't let that happen.
What about that old building around the corner?
We need mixed housing. Everyone knows you need mixed housing, healthy neighborhoods. Well, right now we own it.
Behind the lighthouse.
You're talking about Lamont.
Yeah.
So we got it designated to protect its heritage value. We put it out to tender, to RFP, RFI first, and then RFP, and some people responded and
Clean City. When you got mayor, and I told you it was on record since you've been mayor, was the dirtiest city we ever seen. Last summer, it's going to clean. It was clean. Last summer it was very clean.
Thank you. It's going to be again
this summer. Well, I give credit where it's due. This summer,
even this spring, look at it. It looks awesome right now. Yes, it's
No,
looking better.
No.
I don't agree
It's
with
starting to go on the other side there. It's starting to
Oh, okay.
return.
you. Well, that's
You
good
don't want
intel
like your
for me.
son. I never took you like a snob, so
no.
you have your eyes open when you look around.
Yeah, yes.
Very open. See, I'm an agitator. He's the,
I
that's
don't
the first
care
time.
though.
That's
I'm
the first
good.
time you have an advisor here looking.
I think Liz has been with us before,
Has she?
actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So I haven't noticed that. That's interesting because last summer we cleaned it up, and I was thinking for May it was looking pretty good.
Charleston Pike is good when I email her a
Yeah.
picture
Yeah.
and she
Yeah.
contacts the right person. Like on a Saturday, there was a big trash on Brunswick Street. There was a methead
Yeah.
that was throwing stuff.
Yeah.
And it stayed there all weekend. I mean, this is the capital. Shouldn't we have, like, see that guy there? We're not gonna point. See that guy? That guy is not on drugs, but he has the clothes and the bag, has nowhere to go. And, but that's the ADHD distraction. But this is the capital. And shouldn't there be somewhere you could call on Saturday to be claimed immediately?
Well, like, there's an email you can go to. There is
Service,
a
Fredericton
yeah,
service.
and there's a special. Last year they set up a special one. I could get you the email so that you don't need to go through any counselors. You could send the pictures directly to that email. I forget what there is an actual email, and it's through Engineering and Public Works.
So you're gonna get those eyes open for this summer. It needs, it really, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. The more, in St. John, I went there I drove there yesterday. The mess, the destruction, Crystal Met, Waterloo Village. Terrible.
It's tough. Municipality. A lot of things are happening. Municipalities, it's hard to stay on top of them. It is.
So how's it work? City workers, last summer, I seen a lot of projects that didn't work during the weekend because it was city workers or they couldn't pay them, they want to pay them double time, or how does it work for the work project we're gonna have around? Is it subsidized contract? Is it city workers? Can they work till sunset and work every weekend?
Well, every city worker, they'd all have different contracts but we have eyes on all the time. Like we have the CSSU unit that works around the clock. We have, and we do have dispatch. You can call dispatch around the clock. So I mean, it's not like the city. It's not like at 4:30 there are no city people out there anymore. There are. It's different. It would be different numbers than through the day. But and then there is Service Fredericton that you can call at any time. And
You're gonna have a lot of traffic here.
yeah,
So all those projects all together.
yeah. Traffic congestion.
Is it time for another third bridge?
I don't know how we afford a
second.
third bridge. I
The
don't.
province, that's the province anyway.
Yeah, so it would be a provincial asset. I think it's 100 million plus to build one. I don't know that that's where taxpayers want to put their money. I mean,
But
nobody
the
likes traffic, but
the
do you
city
want to spend
grows
that
so
much
fast.
money? The city's growing
Was there
really
people,
fast.
was,
The city's growing
sorry,
really
was there
fast.
people here 10 years ago?
There weren't this many people.
I've never seen so many people.
Oh my gosh, it's grown. We've grown by so much. Well,
Different
think that-
cultures, different.
Oh, which
it's
is
just-
wonderful.
Just go
yeah,
just
it's so we've been growing by about 2,000 a year.
2,000
That's
a
the
year.
projection, and that's the projection continuing. Yeah, no, Fredericton's growing faster. The projection, I misspoke. Projection was 1,000 a year. We've been doubling our projection.
And they're living
We've
in
been
the
doubling our
outskirts.
projection.
They're living in the outskirts of the city, so.
No, they're living no, that's not true. This is Fredericton population that's increased. So when I started on council in 2012, it was 58. We're now at 73. So, and this is people in the city, so not outskirts, people in the city. The region itself, the CMA is going to be over 100.
You know the difference between poverty and drugs poverty?
Do I know the difference, or do I see the difference?
Do you know the difference? You know.
I know that not everyone, that certainly there are a lot of folks who are socioeconomically challenged and